Welcome to another episode of the A-List Music Club. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Truth. And with me, as always, are Dominic and John. How's it going tonight, guys?
Good.
Good. Good.
All right. And of course, as everyone knows, this is the show where each week one of us picks a different album, CD, playlist, whatever, and we all check it out. So this time it was John's turn. John, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you picked?
Okay, I picked Gilby Clarke, Pawnshop Guitars. It's his debut solo album. He was previously in a band called Candy, who did an album in like '85. I never heard it. I don't know what that sounds like. There's another band called Kill for Thrills. That I have that. I've heard that's pretty good. With Jason Nesmith, who's the son of Mike Nesmith from the Monkees.
Oh, okay.
I have a piece of trivia about Mike Nesmith.
Okay.
Do you know his mother invented whiteout?
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
I didn't.
Then he, of course, joined Guns N' Roses on their Use Your Illusion tour when rhythm guitar player Izzy Stradlin quit or got fired, whoever you ask. But they brought Gilby Clarke in to finish out the tour. And then he did one album with the Spaghetti Incident, which is all covers, which isn't bad. Not great, but not bad. And after Guns N' Roses split, he did this solo album. In high school, I had a friend who lived and breathed Guns N' Roses. Like that's all he listened to, loved them. Any solo album any members did, he would grab it. So he's who sort of turned me on to this one. He's like, oh, you got to check it out. It's really good. And I did.
Cool.
Okay, let's start the review process here. I'll go ahead. John,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, some of the stuff you pick, I just don't get, okay? But this was a very enjoyable, great album. I know Gilby Clarke. I know him from the, taking over in Guns N' Roses. I've heard some of his other stuff. Good album. It's a good album. I think this goes along. I know that he had a couple guest vocal. He had Axl do a guest vocal on there, but otherwise, it's great guitar player who can't sing. Basically, I didn't care for his voice, but the songs were good, very well written. I was kind of shocked about this album because I figured, oh man, I think it's going to be more of like a shred album where he's going to just play as fast as he can and stuff like that. No, very tasteful. I mean, he can play fast as shit, but I mean, he's very tasteful, great phrasing. He's a wonderful guitar player. He really is. I really, really enjoyed this album. I really did. And it's one I'm definitely going to keep and probably listen to a bunch of times, especially I liked how some of the songs seemed like some of the more melodic Guns N' Roses tunes, like Yesterday's Guns N' Roses and stuff like that. I just don't know what to say, except that I really, really enjoyed it. Thanks for turning me on to it.
Yeah. Welcome. I thought you would like it.
Yeah.
What do you think, West?
So I really liked it as well. The title had me intrigued because it reminded me of our old cash converters days. Which, yeah, that was good times there. His voice, we could do a whole show about that, but his voice reminded me a little bit of Hetfield of Metallica on a couple songs, especially the first song. Cure Me or Kill Me, which I thought was a pretty awesome opener.
Yeah.
Black, I thought, had a cool sound and a Beatles vibe to it. I was kind of surprised that it reminded me of that. I didn't think that would be coming. Um, Tijuana Jail, I liked, and that's got Slash playing on it. Definitely some funny lyrics in there, like rats crawling up my ass. Um, Skin and Bones kind of reminded me of John Mellencamp song. I don't know if that was just something I don't know. That was just what I was getting out of it. But, huh?
You're ridiculous.
It did. It reminded me of John Mellencamp.
I kind of got a Stonesy vibe, but
yeah. Oh well. Either way, I liked it though. Joanna's Chopper, I thought had another kind of Beatles vibe to it as well, and a cool guitar solo. Let's Get Lost, I really liked. It was a little trippy. Sounded pretty 90-ish to me since that's when this came out. Pawnshop Guitars was one where I could hear more Guns N' Roses in there. Dead Flowers I thought was cool with Axl Rose in there. Jail Guitar Doors, I could hear some Clash in there, and I really liked this one I wrote. So, I thought, and all the rest were pretty good. The rest of this album, I thought it was pretty strong all the way through. You know how some of the albums that we review will be strong in the front and then sort of drop off. But this is one where I think I'll put a number of these on the good old Wes's Extraordinary playlist, and I'd be interested in checking out more of Gilby Clarke.
Well, I'm glad you guys liked it.
Yeah.
For the record, Wes,
Jail
Guitar Doors is a Clash song.
Oh!
Jail Guitar Doors is a Clash song. That's a cover. Yeah.
I'm glad I picked up on that one then. I really like the Clash.
Yep.
I'm surprised I didn't know
that. Yeah. And Dead Flowers is a Rolling Stones cover.
Yep.
I thought so. That sounds like a title I've seen somewhere on a Stones
album. Yep. Dead Flowers has Axl Rose.
Yeah.
Slash plays lead on Cure Me or Kill Me and Tijuana Jail.
Oh, okay.
Got Matt and Dizzy from Guns N' Roses are all over this album. Duff is on it. He plays bass guitar. He sings with them on Jail Guitar Doors. Yeah, I kind of get a Stonesy. It's not really metal or hard rock. It's like a Stonesy.
It's got a little bit of a blues bass to it.
Maybe that's why I liked it a lot.
Yeah. I know you don't like the Black Crowes, but I can hear some Black Crowes, like that style of music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dom. He probably should have had a singer, let someone else sing.
But it wasn't horrible. It's not like nails on a chalkboard or anything like that. But it's, I think he wrote the songs that he wrote and stuff like that. They're pretty tight songs. I like them. I think with a little bit of better singer, that this may have had some legs to it back then.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's easy to listen to.
Yeah.
The only song I really skip is like the last song.
Yeah, that was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but the first 10 are good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yes. I dig it. I have all his stuff. He has the greatest hits out. I have that.
Wow.
Yeah. I just because I heard this album, I liked it, so I thought, well, I'll check out the rest of his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does a Beatles cover on one album. He does a David Bowie cover. He does a lot of.
That makes sense.
Kind of hear his influences.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it sounds enough like Guns N' Roses for the Guns N' Roses fans, but not so much that it's a copy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Enough you're like, this is pretty good, but I'd rather hear GNR. No, it's different enough. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I dug it. I'm glad you guys liked it.
Yeah.
That makes up for Urge Overkill.
I will. Yeah, I'll go first rating it. You know, this is this is the first time I'm going to give a decimal point as an official. But I say good 8.6.
8.6.
If it would have been a better singer, this album could have definitely been a 9, easy. Like
Yeah.
10s, I kind of reserve for like just spectacular shit.
I feel like the only 10 we've given is the Ramones for music. Is it? Oh, you might have did. I think you gave Thin Lizzy and Zeppelin a 10, Dominic. But I think me and John have only done the Ramones.
Yeah. I don't think the Stones was a 10 or
No.
Aerosmith. I was going to say an 8 for me. Same thing. I mean, could use a more accomplished singer.
Right. But otherwise, I really like this album.
I'm gonna say an 8.
Yeah, you're not bored.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to my 8 as well because I think it really surprised me how much I liked it more than I expected to. So it was a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like besides the singing, when this album came out though, grunge was king.
Right.
This style of music just wasn't gonna work.
Yeah.
Kids weren't into this. It's a shame. He's on a major label, Virgin, so we kind of had some push going. It's a shame.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So it's my turn to pick the album.
Yep.
I have 2 in mind. One, just because you said grunge was king. I was going. The album 10 by Pearl Jam popped into my head. However, I am going to break the Beatles cherry.
I knew it was coming sooner or later.
I'm picking the Beatles' Rubber Soul album.
Well, now we might have another 10.
It has my on that album. It has my all-time favorite Beatles song on
it. Okay, which is
in My Life.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
That's
song. Yeah.
They did the top 50 Beatles songs of all time, and that was rated number 1.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lovely song. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be back next week with our thoughts on Rubber Soul. But until then, John, you want to talk a little bit about your podcast?
Yeah, We Like Wrestling Podcast. It's a podcast about wrestling by wrestling fans. 4 guys hanging out, discussing wrestling, sometimes getting off topic, but always having a good time. Reviews, tournaments, all pay-per-view reviews, all kinds of things. If it's wrestling related, we talk about it. We Like Wrestling Podcast. It's on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you find podcasts. Got a little cheat sheet card here. It's on Instagram, WLW Pod 1. Facebook, We Like Wrestling Podcast. It's on Twitter. We also have a merchandise, teesprings.com, for shirts, hats, mugs, you name it, water bottles. We sell it with our logo on it.
Wow.
Yeah. Got some things coming up. I can't talk about it now, but hopefully I can promote it later.
Yeah.
But, We Like Wrestling Podcast.
All right. And of course, for me, you can subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/westside of515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/westtruebaylist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram at WesTrueBaylist. Until next time, truth out.